Hello, everyone. Welcome to Small Biz Tips. So, about close to 6 months ago, I went to a networking event and I saw this young lady coming by, and she was confident. She knew what she was talking about, and I was like, "Who is this?" So I went and talked to her, and I was like, "Wow!" I was so amazed about everything was able to accomplish. I had to bring her on here, guys. What's up, Lucy?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm
Hi.
good. I'm good. Thank you for jumping on. Really appreciate you.
Of
So,
course.
before we go deep in terms of everything that you got going on, who is Lucy?
Well, Lucy Florveus. She is a woman of God, a
Mhm.
God-fearing woman, a hard worker, somebody that's gonna put, all hands on deck,
Mm.
an advocate of greatness. I love greatness. I love, um, like one of my two best players, Michael and Kobe. I just love
What?
pure, yes, hands
Okay.
down. Not gonna get into it, okay? But I just really, really, truly, truly love greatness. I am of Haitian descent, so Haitian
Mhm.
American. I'm from Miami, Florida. And I've been living here in Atlanta now for almost 10 years. So I'm about to get my
Congrats.
stamp. No, I'm joking. So I've been here for almost 10 years and it's been quite an exciting journey, I should say. So this is me in a nutshell.
I love it. I love it. So I see the big logo in the back, so we know you in the
Yeah.
insurance space. Tell us about that. How did you start your insurance agency?
Yes. Okay. So I'll go. It's a long drawn out story. So I'll go ahead and give like the small tidbit of it. But
Uh-huh.
right now, I am an Allstate insurance agency owner. I have two locations. Employ
Congrats.
15 staff members. So I have a pretty decent mid-sized team. I should say. I wouldn't say large, but a pretty solid mid-sized team. And I have two locations. One is in Norcross, Peachtree Corners area, and another one is in Alpharetta. But they're pretty close to each other, right off of Holcomb Bridge. If
Okay.
you want to check this out. But I got into the insurance business as an adjuster, right? So I got in as an adjuster. A friend of mine about 9 years ago told me what it is that he was doing, and he told
Mhm.
me, "Hey, I'm an adjuster." And literally, my question was, "What is an adjuster?"
Yes.
So
What
after
is that?
going into what is that? Like, what do they do? Right. So,
Yes.
um, so after he explained it to me, he kind of told me the process in terms of how to get in. And he showed me the kind of money he was making. I'm like, there's no way. He's like, yes, this is it. And that was a point in my life where literally I moved here by myself
Mm.
from Tampa. Actually, I lived in Tampa for about a year, but I moved here from Florida by myself, and I was just trying to figure my way out. I was literally a
Yeah.
recruiter, staffing engineers in the state of Florida.
What?
I know, it's so crazy. To look at me now, it's like, oh my God, night and day. So I started there and I told myself, I said, you know what? I'm at a point where I have nothing to lose. I have
Mm-hmm.
no one here, and I'm going to give this everything I got. So
Yeah.
heart and soul, all hands on deck, 10 toes down, like, going in. So went all the way in, got my license, finally got staff, worked as a adjuster for 2 years. And then
Mm-hmm.
I was working crazy hours, right? 6 hour
Mm.
days, no, 10-hour days, 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, man, I am giving somebody else
Mm.
10 hours of my life daily from 10 to 6 p.m. daily. And I'm like, I don't mind working, but I need to put that time into something that belongs
Yes.
to me, you
Yes.
know? So then I met one of my mentors, and he was a 20-year Allstate agent. And he's like, have you ever thought about agency? And I'm like, what is an agent? So here I'm asking these questions. What is an agent? Like, what is that? He's like, oh, and I told him, I say, look, I don't want to be in no commission only job making 40,000 commission only. Like, no, I make way too much money for that. And he's just like, no, not what it is. He showed me the figures, and I'm like, okay,
Okay.
all right, I can do that.
That's it.
So
They gotta show you the numbers. That's all they gotta
show
do.
me the numbers, baby. So then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. And
Okay.
then again, all hands on deck. I'm back at
Mhm.
it again, looking for another venture. And people still can't believe the way I applied. I applied to be a State Farm agent by going to statefarm.com, apply to be an agent. And when I tell people that, they're just like, what? That's how you got it. Yes, that's how I got it. I
Is
didn't
there
know.
another way? I didn't know
There's
it.
millions of ways that
Okay.
don't relate to my story
Okay.
to get in through either they worked at an agent's office
Gotcha.
or they knew an agent or they knew a manager, they knew someone, they got connected that way. Literally, I did not know any insurance agent in the state of Georgia. I knew
Wow.
no one. I didn't know what an agent was
That's
or how
crazy.
much they made. And here I am online. What is an agent? And Googling and just going to statefarm.com, apply to be an agent, and literally a recruiter called me. And I start my journey from,
Wow.
we talk about the bottom. I'm talking about the bottom from scratch, like zero knowledge, zero individuals, nothing. So applied, went online, went through the little questionnaire and all that stuff,
Mhm.
and got connected with my local sales leader,
Agency.
so on
Yeah.
and so forth. And I mean, by the grace of God, literally, even through my interview process, I walk in a room with four individuals right in front of me, and literally
Mm-hmm.
not knowing nothing. I'm, I mean, I was an applicant amongst 30 other applicants. And those other applicants came from other agencies. They had experience, they had
Wow.
insurance background, and God chose me out of
Wow.
amongst 30 well-experienced agents to own that agency, book my business, in a book of business. Literally, we're talking about 7 years ago, January 1, 2017 was the day I cut the ribbon and opened the doors to my office. And
Wow.
it has been history since then. So it's been such a journey.
I'm
And
sure.
um, it's been such a journey. But you know what? It has been a very consistent one. It has been a very phenomenal one. I wouldn't rewrite the script any other way. And again, I'm a woman of God, woman of faith, and God has been in the mix.
That's
And
awesome.
literally, I couldn't have done it without him. So that's, I mean, that's just really what it is. You know, that's
I
how I
love
got
it.
in. And it's just
Now,
been his.
let me ask you this, right? You got in, you went through all this, you've learned so quickly within 10-year period, and now you have two offices,
Yeah,
15 people working for you. Like, what has been your secret into building so fast?
well, you know what? I tell people all the time, like, there's no replacing hard work
Mm,
or like success. It's not about, oh my God, I woke up and I was great.
yeah,
Literally, I've never owned an office before. I'd never managed a staff before. I didn't know nothing. I was considered an external hire. But one thing I noticed that I did that a lot of people don't do or haven't done is I put in the time.
yeah,
And what people don't realize, that I was just talking to my staff members and my team members about that. I'm like, greatness comes with time. And
mm,
when you think about the all-time greats, we're talking about the greats, right? The Michael
yeah,
Jordan, the Kobe Bryant, two of my
yeah,
favorite players, even the Steph Currys, in the LeBrons. One thing that separates them from everybody else is the time. They
yeah,
put in that work. So when I first opened my office, I was working 16-hour days. What does that look like? I'm here at
yes.
7, and then it was one day, my first day, I got into the office at 7. I left at 10 a.m. I mean
You mean
10 p.m.
10
10
p.m.?
p.m. I mean 10 p.m. I left
Wow.
at 10 p.m. And it's so crazy. I was working so much, I didn't even eat. I didn't realize how hungry I was until like probably like 8, 9 o'clock.
Let me ask you this, right? Like, because a lot of people don't fully understand the insurance business, right? Explain to me, how does that part work? You're the agency owner. What does that organizational structure look like? What would that day-to-day look like for some business, for someone who's in that space?
Right. So, okay, yes, I am the agency owner, yes, but then I have a solid base staff
Okay.
underneath me. So I have a sales manager, I have
Okay.
a customer service manager, and I have other individuals that's been with me for a long time or a while that's very well experienced,
Mm-hmm.
and I delegate.
Gotcha.
I delegate. So I got to a point in my business where I'm working on my business.
Okay.
and not in my business. So what does that mean? I'm not on the
Yes.
phone pounding, making phone calls and selling policies.
Gotcha.
I have mastered how to push
Mm.
that experience to other staff members to make them great so they could
Gotcha.
bring in production.
Leadership.
So I pride myself in my training is A1. I pride myself in my dedication to my staff members, and literally I train, I coach, I develop. So that's what I do. That's my job duties.
Yeah.
I am training, I'm coaching, I'm developing, I'm bringing on new staff members and, putting out fires. But the day-to-day small nuance things, I have managers, I have
Hmm.
sales reps, I have people answering the phones, I have customer service. I got a solid customer service team that is serving our clients, answering the phones, making sure everybody's taken care of, because we still have to maintain the book of business, which is a pretty hefty one.
Yeah.
Thank God. And of course, and we're still doing the day-to-day operation. So I'm not working in my business doing the little small nuance
Yeah.
stuff. It's delegated.
Gotcha. That's fantastic. So with that said, like, it seems to me like you have a system in place, right? Because
Absolutely.
tell us about,
Absolutely.
yeah, tell us more about that, because a lot of people, don't fully grasp the power of systems in their business.
Yes, you need to have a system. So you need to have literally a protocol for everything that you're doing. So what is the process when a customer calls in and they're interested in a quote? How is that handled? What is
Gotcha.
the process where a customer wants to cancel, but we want to keep them on the books, and how are we handling that? So
Hmm.
literally, I from scratch created different systems and processes for every single angle in my department. So when
Mm.
I run my ship, it's a smooth one. The service team, they know exactly what they're doing on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
They know how they're held accountable. They know what needs to be put in. They have logs. They have different things that they're reporting, they're sending to me
Yeah.
on a day-to-day basis. And the sales team know what their goals are daily. It's in front of them. They
Gotcha.
know how to get the particular numbers. They know what we're saying when we're calling the customer. Are we sending messages, sending emails,
Hmm.
voicemails, the follow-up process? It has been down to a science, down to
Okay.
itty gritty. Exactly. Everybody knows what they're doing. So when it comes to my office, especially coming from other agencies that might not be as organized, one of the biggest things is like, yo, I'm here and I know what's going on. We're not
Mm.
all over the place. Like, oh my God,
Clarity.
do I do this? Am I doing sales? Am I doing service? No, everybody has a role.
Yeah.
Everybody has an assignment, and it is very clear, and everybody knows exactly what they need to do and when they need to get it done. So literally, it is just that consistent. Give me a quick second. Let me just.
Please.
So that's
Okay.
pretty much the systems and processes.
Got it. Okay, so to kind of like wrap things up, right? You talk a lot about system, you talk about delegation. What is that additional, you say that one more essential small biz tip you can share with our audience of business owners, as a fellow business owner that you think can help them?
I would say leadership is so important. And when I say leadership, I'm not talking about a boss, right?
Okay.
There's a difference between being a boss and just like
Yeah.
being bossy and being a leader. So it's not about do this and do that and do that. A leader leads by example.
Okay.
So, an example, if I want my staff members to be here at a certain time, because I'm very strict when it comes down to attendance, but I'm
Mhm.
coming in late every single day, how am I leading by example? So, what
Yeah.
I'm going to emulate to you is that I'm going to be the first one in and the last one out when I'm in the office, unless I got
Yeah.
meetings and stuff. But I'm going to emulate to you what hard works look like, what consistency look like, what drive
Mm.
look like, what greatness look like, what being an award-winning agent, what does that look like? Right?
Mm.
And I'm going to emulate that to you. And guess what? Because I'm showing you that, I'm going to have
Yeah.
that level of expectation from you
From you. That's it.
to go ahead and follow through. Because again, I'm all about greatness and pulling
Yeah.
out the best out of people. And I'm not the office where I'm just going to just be coasting and doing fly by night and doing enough to just to get there. No,
Mm.
I need your best.
Mm.
Let's go in, dig deep, let's find that best, and let's pull the best out of you.
I
That's
love it. I love it. I feel like I'm about to get ready to go in the field. You're already inspiring. I love it so much. So,
it.
So how do people get in touch with you if they want, to work with your team when it comes to policies? Like, what does that look like?
So you could certainly give us a call. So we have two locations, as I mentioned. One is in
Mhm.
Peachtree Corners, another one is in Alpharetta. You could call the office, and the number is 770-864-5868. That number is routed to both of my agencies. So calling that number, a member of my staff will be able to answer and, of course, serve you and assist you. You can follow me on Instagram. It is Lucy Florveus Agency.
Mhm.
And that is my personal page, or you could do Lucy underscore your dot favorite agent. That is my business page. You can follow me on either platforms. I'm on Facebook under Lucy Florveus, Lucy, and of course my last name is French, so it's Slorveus, and you can follow me on that platform as well.
Lucy, thank you so much for your time today and sharing those gems. This was so helpful for business owners. All right, have a good one.
All right, thank you. See you. Bye.